is this okay? Can I leave my vest on because I'm
It looks
cold?
great.
Okay.
It looks great.
Okay.
So, Jean, thank you so much for agreeing to do this on such a busy weekend and sit down and visit with me at Sampler Symposium and share your story of how the attic was started and just this legacy shop that you've created.
Well,
and so we want to hear all about it.
Well, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, because I love what I do, which is pretty obvious because I'm still doing it at this stage of my life. One of my friends that's a shop owner in another part of the country, who I won't name, said, when I signed another 10-year lease, she said, I'm not going to be doing that when I'm 80. And I said, well, I don't know, I'll keep doing it
Good for you.
till I don't enjoy it anymore, and I love it.
Well, you inspire us all.
Oh, good.
And we
That's
love
what-
it.
That's what gives me joy.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. It gives me joy. Because I came into the attic and as a customer in 1981,
Okay.
and I didn't know what a sampler was. I looked around and I thought, what is this thing they have with the alphabet?
That's funny.
And my husband, who's a history buff, loved the tale of samplers. He loved the story behind it. So for that Christmas, he bought me an antique sampler. And so it's all his fault.
It is. Well, we're gonna blame him and also thank him.
Oh.
Aw. And he's been a part of this journey with you.
Yes, he has.
And a huge support, I'm sure.
He's very supportive. He knows I love what I do. When I got sick, my family, my Wisconsin family, and well, some live in Arizona, wanted me to close the shop or give up the shop. And I said, I am not ready. I'm not ready. And so they just stopped pushing for that. And now they see that it's what's kept me going.
Yeah.
They realize how important it is in my life. So I don't get pressure anymore.
Good. Well, I think it keeps all of us going because it's it's something we're all drawn to because we have that connection once we get there, and you can just feel the essence of all that you've laid down for us in that beautiful place.
Thank you.
So you bought the shop then shortly after you got the sampler, or how did that happen?
I started becoming a lover of samplers and needlework and a good customer, a regular customer. And then in 1989, the current owner decided she wanted to close. She wanted to get out of it. So she put the shop up for sale, and nobody wanted to buy it. And so several of us customers, regulars, heard about it and said, well, we can't go on without the store, so let's buy it. So there were several of us that went in together.
Wow.
And that didn't work real well. I mean, it's difficult because
That is
everyone
hard.
has different goals and different ideas about what the shop should do. And so anyway, as the years passed, I started buying everybody out, and I've been the sole owner since 1996.
96. Wow.
And we've been in several different locations. This one we've been in, I just signed a new lease.
Good for you.
We've been there just over 10 years. And the other location we were 16 years, and before that. Anyway.
Well, we're happy to know that there's 10 more years of this beautiful place that we can, it's such a destination. People come from all over the world just to visit the attic.
Well, I'm really honored. It's just really a special thing for me. I love it.
Well, I think that's why we're so drawn to it, because your passion and your love for the needlework and what you've created there, I think it draws us all in and inspires us.
And I get to meet such wonderful people. I mean, truly, I am so blessed because I have gotten to know such wonderful women in this art, in this craft. I don't like to call it a craft. I like to call it an art.
No, it is an art. It is an art. It's probably hard to choose a genre of sampler that you are really drawn to, but can you pick a few
It
that
changes.
Yeah.
It changes because when I first started loving samplers, I was a Darlene Osteen groupie. I bought Vera Bradley bags that just like she did. She starts in the upper right, and I started in the upper left, but I changed it to upper right because that's what Darlene did. I really was, whatever she did, that had to be the best thing. And I went to a number of workshops that she taught in Williamsburg, and then she was teaching at some shops, and I went to a shop in Maine that was in existence at the time, and I followed her around to go to these workshops. Lucky, right?
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Yeah, and so she loved 17th century band samplers. So I love 17th century band samplers. And then Vicki Jennett of Needlework Press came into my life, and she loves the primitive and the 19th century and a different genre. And so I started appreciating what they mean and what their significance is. So it's been changing. It's evolving.
It does. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And we already know your favorite color.
Oh yes, I know.
There's no doubt. If anybody's not sure, just take a look.
My shoes, my car, my cane, my.
But I bet you've stitched things that don't
and
have
my watch
them. Yeah.
pad.
Oh, I love it. I'm sure you've stitched things without red though.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Not very many, but no, I have. Yeah.
So did you learn to stitch as a child? Were you?
I did.
Okay.
I mean, I stitched pillowcases and dish towels, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday stuff, embroidered. And I don't think I did cross stitch, and I can't remember.
Yeah.
And then in 1981, my husband, we went to San Diego to visit his sister and brother-in-law, and she took me to the Lee Ward's store. And I went there and I bought a kit, and it said, "A sister is a forever friend," and it had the frame and everything. So I did that, and my sister still has it on her wall.
That's precious. Aww.
And so that was the beginning.
Yeah.
It's so easy to learn, and it's so therapeutic. At the time, I had a court reporting business. I was working full-time as a court reporter and freelance. And I loved that too. That was a wonderful, wonderful job. So when the opportunity to own the attic or become a part of the ownership came up, I really had a heart-to-heart with my husband, and I said, I don't know if I can do this with doing the court reporting and the shop. And he encouraged me to do it, and okay. So,
well, he really is the champion, isn't he?
He is.
We have to give him a lot of hugs when he comes in.
He is my champion.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Aw. Well, is there anything else you want us to know about your stitching journey, or?
Well, is there anything else you want to ask?
I always like to know what happens to you when you start stitching. What does it do to you as a person?
Oh,
and
it's so calming.
Yeah.
And when I don't stitch for I almost stitch every day. I mean, it might only be a half an hour, and often now in this time in my life, it's in the morning, the early morning. I'm an early riser, and I like to start many days with some stitches.
Okay, that's good to know. Some people start in the mid and in the evening.
I stitch in the evening too when I'm not too tired. Sometimes I just stare like a blob and can't even pick up the needle. But whatever. But it's a very important part of my day. And if I don't stitch, I get crabby.
Me too.
It really affects my disposition. And I think it's really helped me during this journey with cancer, because it's really been very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Very. I don't know. In fact, I don't think I could have done that without my needlework. It's really been.
It really is. I think almost everybody has that reaction. Maybe it's the colors and the tactile experience and the sound that the floss or silk makes coming through. I mean, there's just so many, and it's a repetitive thing. So
yes, and I love I love, like you mentioned, tactile. I love working with the fine silks and the fine
Yeah.
linens. I mean, some people, well, Tanya Brockmeyer of Scarlet House. She was a customer first before she was a designer, and she'd come in and I'd say, "Well, you should try silks," and she'd say, "No, these are fine. These are fine. The cottons are fine." And Sharon Crescent used to tease me because I would say, "Cotton, like it got stuck in my throat."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what was I going to tell you about? Oh yeah, Tanya. So then Tanya, she came to work at the attic, and so she could buy her silks her supplies at a discount. So silks became more attractive to her, and she started stitching with them. And she said, "Now I know that you're not just trying to make a profit.
Yeah.
I know that they're really appreciably different and better to stitch with." So she developed a love for silk after she started working at the attic. She still designs with cotton also, but sorry.
Well, it is the total package. It's the finished product, but it's also the process and the experience.
Yes. Well, and we are so fortunate to have the products that we have.
We are.
Beautiful linens that we have.
I know.
And all of the hand dyers that are, and all of the silks that we have available to us. How lucky are we?
We are so fortunate.
Yeah.
We really, really are. And you're surrounded here in this little mecca of designers, and I mean,
Well, they all used to work at the attic.
Okay, there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Vicky came to work at the attic.
Okay.
And her daughter-in-law Megan worked at the
Oh my
attic.
goodness.
And Linda Vinson worked at the attic from Needle Made Designs.
No, isn't that neat?
And now the only one, Gloria Moore, never worked at the attic from My Lady's Needle. And Linda Danielson with Samplers Remembered never worked at the attic. But she moved to Arizona because the attic was here.
Oh my
was
goodness,
closed.
Jean.
That's what she's told me.
So I know, I hope you know, I'm sure you've heard it, but it's probably hard to absorb how meaningful this location is and what you've done and what you've created.
It's been my joy.
Yeah.
It has been my joy.
And
my
I think-
pleasure and my honor. Truly my honor.
And you found the secret to life, didn't you?
Yeah.
You found what makes you the happiest, and you've been able to make a lifelong career of it.
Yes. And I'm not ready to give up yet.
Good.
That's why I keep fighting with this disease.
Well,
because I have lots more samplers to stitch.
That's right. And we're there with you with all our love and support.
Well, I know that, and this community is so caring. It really is. It's. I found that out when I was first diagnosed, and I couldn't believe the outpouring. Cards. There's a woman who was here this weekend. She sent me a card every day.
Oh my goodness.
When I was going through chemo the first. I mean, it's been how many years, but every single day she sent me a card. My husband knows her name by heart.
Every day.
Every day.
He probably knows her address too.
Yeah. When I said she was here, he said, "Oh yes." Anyway. So people have been just.
Well, you are very loved, and you're very
Thank
respected,
you.
and we just.
Thank you.
You've changed my life in my stitching, and so. And I know many people would say the same thing.
Thank you very much, Susan. It's been really, truly my pleasure to know all of you.
And look, we're looking forward to at least 10 more years on this lease. So
yes, I know.
We've got it because we all have a lot more stitching to do,
Good.
Jean.
Good. I have more for you too.
Oh, good. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to a great sampler symposium.
I'm
And we're
excited.
just getting started. So
Yes.
I loved hearing your story, and I'm going to share this with my audience and anybody who wants to watch so they can
thank
hear
you.
about your journey.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.